Have you ever wondered about the man behind the iconic "I Have a Dream" speech? An emblem of the civil rights movement, a beacon of hope for millions, Martin Luther King Jr. was more than just a leader. He was a visionary who dared to challenge and change the status quo. Through peaceful protests, he led America on a journey towards racial equality, inspiring enduring change and leaving an indelible legacy. But before the world came to know the man who dared to dream, he was simply Martin, a boy born in Atlanta, Georgia. His life, filled with trials and triumphs, is a testament to the power of courage and conviction, one that continues to resonate with us today. So buckle up and prepare for an insightful exploration into the life of this extraordinary man. Join us as we journey through the life of Martin Luther King Jr., from his birth to his untimely death. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. His early life was steeped in the rhythm of the African American community, under the roof of a loving and religious household. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a respected pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, while his mother, Alberta Williams King, was a school teacher who instilled in him a hunger for knowledge. Martin was the second of 3 children, and from an early age, he was exposed to the horrors of racism and segregation, but also the importance of faith and community. Young Martin's quest for knowledge led him to Yonge Street Elementary School in Atlanta, followed by Booker T. Washington High School. He was a bright student, graduating from high school at the tender age of 15. His academic journey led him to Morehouse College, a historically black college in Atlanta, where he received a BA in 1948. It was here that Morehouse's president, Benjamin Mays, an advocate for racial equality, deeply influenced him. Following his time at Morehouse, Martin attended the Crozer Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania, graduating with a Bachelor of Divinity in 1951. With a scholarship he earned at Crozer, he enrolled in postgraduate studies at Boston University. He completed his residency for his PhD in 1953 and received his degree in 1955. During his time in Boston, Martin deepened his understanding of theology and his commitment to fight for racial equality. In Boston, he met Coretta Scott, a young woman from Alabama studying at the New England Conservatory of Music. They married in 1953 and had 4 children. In 1954, Martin became the pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. During his time at Dexter, Martin became a respected leader in his community and in the fight for civil rights. These experiences sowed the seeds of a vision that would change America and the world. In Boston, King met a young woman from Alabama named Coretta Scott. A talented singer and violinist, Coretta was studying at the New England Conservatory of Music. She shared King's passion for equality and justice, and their shared beliefs served as the foundation for a partnership that was both marital and ministerial. In the summer of 1953, they exchanged vows on the lawn of Coretta's family home in Alabama. The young couple's commitment to each other was also a commitment to a shared vision of a better world. Over the following years, they would welcome 4 children into their world: Yolanda, Martin Luther King III, Dexter, and Bernice. Each child in their own way would carry on their parents' legacy of service and advocacy. But King's life was not only about family. His vocation as a minister was a calling he took seriously. In 1954, he became pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. This was more than a pastoral role. It was a platform for change. Through his powerful sermons and community engagement, King became a respected leader, not just within the walls of his church, but throughout the city. His influence grew. He began to speak out more vocally against the injustices of segregation and discrimination that plagued the South. His voice, echoing from the pulpit, reached beyond the church doors into homes and hearts, stirring a sense of urgency and a call to action. King's leadership was not without its challenges. There were those who disagreed with his vision, who resisted his message, but King remained steadfast, guided by his faith, his commitment to his family, and his dream of a world where all people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. His leadership in his community was just the beginning of a journey that would lead to a national movement for equality. As we'll see in the next scene, this journey would take King from the streets of Montgomery to the steps of the nation's capital, forever changing the course of American history. Martin Luther King Jr. is perhaps best known for his role in the civil rights movement in the United States during the 1950s and 1960s. He was instrumental in orchestrating a series of non-violent protests that would forever change the course of American history. In 1955, King led the successful Montgomery bus boycott, which began when Rosa Parks, an African-American woman, was arrested for refusing to give up her bus seat to a white passenger. This boycott lasted for over a year, and its success eventually led to the desegregation of the city's public transportation system. King's leadership and the success of the boycott propelled him to the forefront of the civil rights movement. In 1957, he helped establish the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, an organization that played a pivotal role in the fight for civil rights. As president of the SCLC, King was able to further his philosophy of nonviolent protest and civil disobedience. Perhaps the most iconic moment of King's career came in 1963 during the March on Washington, where he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Standing in front of the Lincoln Memorial, King spoke to a crowd of over 250,000 people. His powerful words painted a picture of a future where all people, regardless of their race, could live together in harmony. His speech, which underscored the importance of freedom and equality, became a defining moment in the civil rights movement, and is still quoted extensively today. King's eloquent call for an end to racism in the United States moved a nation and the world, amplifying the message of the civil rights movement to unprecedented levels. In 1964, King's tireless efforts were recognized on a global scale when he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. At the age of 35, he was the youngest man to have received the prize. The Norwegian Nobel Committee praised him for his nonviolent struggle for civil rights for the African-American population in the United States. But King's journey in the fight for civil rights was not without challenges. He faced numerous arrests, his home was bombed, and he was subjected to personal attacks. Yet through it all, his commitment to nonviolence and his dream of equality never wavered. His courage and conviction led to significant strides in civil rights. But his journey was not without challenges. Despite the obstacles he faced, King's legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of peaceful protest, the importance of equality, and the possibility of change. His life and work continue to inspire people around the world to strive for a better, more just society. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life was tragically cut short, but his legacy lives on. His journey from a young boy in Atlanta to a world-renowned civil rights leader is a testament to the power of vision and perseverance. Despite facing countless obstacles, Martin's commitment to justice and equality never wavered. From his early life, we learned that Martin was exposed to the cruelties of racism and segregation. Yet it was his faith and community that provided him the strength to rise above these challenges. His educational journey from Morehouse College to Boston University further reinforced his commitment to racial equality. Martin's marriage to Coretta Scott and his ministry at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama, marked significant milestones in his personal and professional life. It was there he became a respected leader, not just within his community, but also in the broader civil rights movement. We've walked through his numerous contributions to the civil rights movement, from the successful Montgomery bus boycott to his unforgettable "I Have a Dream" speech during the March on Washington. Despite numerous arrests and imprisonments, Martin's spirit remained unbroken. His nonviolent approach to fighting for civil rights earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, a testament to his extraordinary impact. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and legacy continue to inspire people around the world to fight for equality and justice. His dream of a world where individuals are not judged by the color of their skin, but by their character resonates with us today, reminding us of the importance of standing up for what we believe in. His story teaches us that one person can indeed make a difference. It encourages us to face adversity with courage, to speak out against injustice, and to strive for a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Martin Luther King Jr. We hope his story inspires you to stand up for what you believe in.